person can bite. I think Chris Mutsvanga will suit the best actually character, I mean personifying that particular instance. He did his press briefing today, and I must attest to you that it was a platform to embarrass retired General Chiwenga. That press briefing was all about boasting about what Mnangagwa has achieved, his intelligence skills and all that, especially when he claimed that Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa got to be aware of the dossier that was presented by retired General Chiwenga in around March. That is what Chris Mutsvanga is saying that the attempt by retired General Chiwenga to reduce their politburo into a kangaroo court was actually put on hold by the Minister of Justice, that is Ziambi. Ziambi. Greetings and welcome on your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You could tell, I mean, Chris Mutsvanga, that he was at pain speaking whatever he was speaking. I could see even his mouth here, something whitish was developing when he was speaking, because this is a person who has been given a script most probably after being warned. Remember, he was against Gudawashe Takure. In the back of his mind, he knows that he hates Gudawashe Takure, but he was sent to actually lambast retired General Chiwenga on his press briefing. I just want to play snippets. You hear it yourself, and then I'll round up with analysis.
So the president did this document very much so, 2-3 weeks ago, our vice president decides to turn the presidium into a kangaroo court, an inquisition court. Tonga president, citing that document, and that he got rid of the president.
Okay, it's the advert. Just apologies for just a few minutes. Okay, we appear to be back.
See, I have no particular belief for the green. I have no particular belief for Shubha. Neither do I have any belief for Mungula. I have no belief for Shubha. These are the people who are being called the bad boys. They are the bête noire. The targeted people. And by targeting them and associating them with the president, some of them thinks that the whole country must see the president in the same mode. But the whole country is aware of all these other things that I've been talking about, which the president has been doing. You cannot judge him simply because so, and look, there are institutions which deal with corruption, which are there in the country. Party is not a statutory agitator of corruption. Because if we do it in the party, I'm talking about party. No, the party is not the competent institution to do that. God forbid, never allow that to happen from this side. So we cannot allow it for the party to become the advocate. We need professional people who do that. So if you are a president, vice president, and then you come and say the party must try my senior, and that senior appointed you, it means it's a power play. It's no longer about corruption. Because if it was corruption, you go to ZAC, you go to FIU and the Reserve Bank, you go to the Ministry of Finance, you go to the CID. That's where you go and report and all these things, laundering. It involves international banks, there's the Interpol. These are all institutions which, so Kanada would tell him Mutsvanga ndikashatirwa newe ndokuaccusa ndouya kupolitiburo todiscuss it inoita donga watonga. So this is what we do. So politiburo is an isolated individual in the politiburo. Nobody wanted to be associated with this venture, and that document was debunked. And we are back to what matters most, which is this document. These are side shows. There is no traction, absolute zero about that aspect. I hope I answer you. I tried to be as detailed as can be. There's absolutely no traction about that accusation. It is the Minister of Justice answered to it. It was an attempt to turn the presidium into an oligarch, a kangaroo court, the Mutsvanga president, and the BS of one individual. Why? Somehow, I don't know, he just been disputing. He didn't offer to if we go into more details, there's a lot of mark which we can, because we know our lives. But that's not the purpose of our press conference. I will refrain from going further about that particular individual's aspects from credentials of war. But to offend more veterans,
You see, I think somewhere, somehow, there is something wrong, especially about Chris Mutsvanga. The man needs to be really evaluated. Now he spew all venom about retired General Chiwenga, and then towards the end, after giving a detail of everything nonsensical that he wanted to put across regarding retired General, he then says, I would not speak further about that matter. So what came out clear is that Chris Mutsvanga is of the view that Mnangagwa outsmarted retired General Chiwenga through his intelligence capability. He is of the opinion that Mnangagwa got to know about the dossier. He says around March, this dossier known, and Mnangagwa had it in his possession. He also goes further to say the document was actually written by Xavier Kasukwere. That is what Chris Mutsvanga said, that document was written by Kasukwere, and 3 weeks ago, retired General Chiwenga tried to turn Presidium into a kangaroo court. And he says he did not become successful in turning the Politburo into a kangaroo court. He went ahead, as you heard him, actually spewing venom, especially on retired General Chiwenga. I've listened to him also about what happens tomorrow. He tries to belittle it, saying there won't be any action in Harare. Action would be actually in Mutare, where ZANU-PF conference would be, and also flip-flopping on the Zwikanandas. He said he has no he has no beef with the Zwikanandas. The very same people whom previously he said they were trying to buy power within ZANU-PF, going to an extent that he is this old. He has been trying also to be at the top, but he remains the secretary for information and publicity. I think listening to individuals such as Chris Mutsvanga is really these are flip-floppers. It shows that Zwikanandas might be having something on him, and specifically Mnangagwa might be having some, because sometimes, especially when he was meant to talk about these Zwikanandas, you could see that the old man was at pain, especially at speaking, but having to give up that brave face because he has been given a script he is supposed to deliver to his bosses, the new bosses, who happens to be Gudawashe Tagwire. So basically, that particular press briefing was mainly centered on boasting about the achievements that are not there, that cannot even be felt by people of Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, whilst bashing retired General Chiwenga, and also to announce that Gudawashe Takwirei has been co-opted to the politiburo of ZANU-PF. I think that is the main purpose of today's press briefing. It does not change things. Whatever he was trying to downplay, people should not pay much attention to that. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the